Hello YouTube, this is Ta&Co coming at you in a video. My wife and I just got home not too long ago from watching the highly anticipated movie Captain Marvel. Now this was something new for us because normally we like going to the movies 3 or 4 weeks also after the movie come out because we like being the one and only in the movie theater. But this one was like as someone who's become a Captain Marvel, I wouldn't say a fan, but who's like know a little bit about her. I follow her because 3 years ago I had never heard of Captain Marvel because like I don't I don't know. I just don't feel like, in my opinion, she's one of the mainstream superhero that everybody knows of. Like she's not the Spider Man, the Hulk, the Thor type of superhero. So first time I heard of her, I started playing this game called MCOC, Marvel Contest of Champion, and she was one of the characters in the video game. So I started doing research into every single character in the movie, see what they about, and that was the first time I've heard of her. So, which if you know anything about Captain Marvel, when you watch the movie, you will see that there's a little bit. There's also a Miss Marvel. There's Miss Marvel. There's a Miss Marvel Kamala Khan. I think that's how you say the name. So it's Captain Marvel. So this to me was a little confusing because I thought the movie was seems to be more about Miss Marvel than Captain Marvel, but I don't know, it's a movie, so a little bit they intertwine those two characters together as you guys will see. So getting into the movie, this the main character is played by Brie Larson, who played Captain Marvel, which I thought she did a really good job playing Miss Marvel. Well, sorry, Captain Marvel. Because when you look at the character from the comic and you look at her, it's like they picked the perfect person to play as Captain Marvel. Her co-star, one of her co-star was Samuel X. Jackson, who played a great Nick Fury. Now, when I die, I don't come back at that guy. Like seriously, Samuel X. Jackson got to be the coolest mofo on TV. And you watch Samuel X. Jackson, it's like this man just don't age. He just looked the same to me. Like this movie was produced by Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel, I believe he is. Don't quote me on that exactly. Directed by Anna Bolden and Ryan Fleck. Um, and with that said, let's get a little bit more into the movie. I have, if you like I said, if you're not a fan of Miss Marvel, man, I keep saying Miss Marvel. I'm sorry, guys. Captain Marvel. Watching this movie in the beginning, you'll be so confused. Cause you'll be watching it saying, "What's going on?" Like, cause there's a lot of flashback and a lot of flashbacks start at the beginning of the movie, and you just sit there going, this is boring. It is. I'm not gonna lie, it is boring in my opinion. At the beginning of the movie, but eventually it does pick up, and once it does pick up, you be like, okay, I see where this is going. Like the movie in the beginning was so, so like slow. I don't say boring, slow. That about halfway into the movie, my wife turned to me and she said, "Hey, cause there was a part Captain Marvel was having a conversation with on the phone with young Rogue, played by Jude Law, and my wife turned to me and said, "Is that guy Captain Marvel?" And I'm like, "Babe, we've been watching the movie for like almost half hour now. You know who Captain Marvel is?" And she said, "No." She thought the movie was about like a bunch of superheroes coming together, like the Avengers, to try to save the world. And I'm like, all right, baby, like, and then, like I said, because you could tell, like, watching her, she had never heard of Captain Marvel. She looked like she was actually pretty bored. But once the movie picked up, like, she actually really got into it. In the middle of the movie, it does pick up where everything started to come together, where it tells you her background and all that information, and that's when my wife perked up and she actually like got into the movie. There was a little bit of action. There was a little bit like twist and turn into the movie that you didn't see coming because the characters you thought were the bad guy, come to find out they're not really bad guy. The one you thought was a good guy, they actually were the bad guy. Which I mean, bad guy, but not. I wouldn't say villain. If that make any sense to you guys. Like I said, when you watch the movie, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The movie, the humor in the movie was really good. Especially like Samuel L. Jackson is actually not just in this movie as a camera appearance. He's actually in the movie as a co-star, which I did not expect honestly. Like going to see this movie, I didn't see any of the previews. I was just like, yo, I gotta go see this movie. This is the first, actually, this is the 21st movie in the MCU, and this is the first one where the lead superhero is a female. Which honestly, I always thought the first female to get her movie would have been Black Widow, cause I'm still waiting for that Black Widow movie to come out. Cause I'm watching Scarlett Johansson. You know, she's not getting any younger. Oh, come on, Disney, you gotta make that happen. But anyway, uh, so I lost my thought. What was I saying? But yeah, the movie picked up really good. The humor were really good. The action, to me, that's one thing in the movie I think I should have a little bit. I think the action could have been like maybe a little bit more action. But I do understand this is the first movie. They had to tell you her story of her past, how she become Miss Marvel, all that stuff. So which makes it like less room for action, you know. So the action I thought could have been a little bit more. Like I said, the humor was really good. Another aspect of the movie that I thought could have been better beside the action, lackluster action, the movie was slow in the beginning was the villain. Because Miss Marvel, she's one of the strongest character in the Marvel universe. And then when she goes like full commando, it's like pretty much there's no stopping her. Which we saw in the end of the movie, it was like an amazing when she just went Captain Marvel slash Miss Marvel all in one and just start just like whooping ass, honestly. And everybody was just, it was really like you couldn't stop her. Like one of the main biggest villain in the MC Marvel universe is Ronin, who came down trying to like do his thing at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert. And then he was just like, you know what? Pretty much, we can't do nothing. Yo, it's just like we'll be back. Pretty much. Um, yeah. So the movie I thought was a really good movie. You know, especially for her first movie as a character people don't know much about. It was a really good movie. Like I said, the one thing I already mentioned I didn't like with the movie, the humor was good. The action could have been better. The actress they picked to play the movie, she did a really good job. Or her co-star did a really good job. There's really not much negative I would say about the movie, honestly. And you know, like obviously, this is just the first one. There's definitely gonna be a second one. I just hope when they do come out with the second one, they have like a villain that's actually gonna be like at least up to par with Captain Marvel, because those villain they had in the movie, she just pretty much ran through them, honestly. Um, so my grade out of five, I will say this movie is definitely a four. So I think it is worth going out to the movie theater and watch this movie. Because me and my wife, like at the end, she ended up really liking the movie. You know, like I said, she even mentioned that yeah, at the beginning I was falling asleep, was really slow, but the humor picked up. It got everything got really clear for her, so she did like the movie. So that's what I got for you, YouTube. Not not much to say really. I didn't want to go into more detail with the movie because I don't want to like spill too much out to you guys about the movie. Just if you get a chance, you know, I would advise you go out and actually watch this movie. You won't regret it, in my opinion. The acting was good, humor was good, and you know, you got action and humor. What more can you ask for? Could have been a little more action. With that said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know you guys know what you think. Thank you, YouTube.